Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is adontaem. I'm 24 years old, and this is my journey to into financial freedom. So I do want to say, I took a few weeks off just because at the time I was going ahead and analyzing my tactics, my strategies, and my action plan as far as growing my YouTube channel. And for at least a month, almost 2 months, I was still very new, but at least for like a month, was just maintaining. I didn't gain any subscribers, and my watch time was going up, but not how I expected it to go. So I just took 2 weeks off, just to go ahead and do a bunch of research, just watching other YouTubers, Googling stuff and just seeing how to grow, seeing what they're doing versus what I'm doing and, what I can do. One weekend, it was one of the last weekends of June, I literally sat there the entire weekend on my couch, other than going to the gym, stuff like that. But I literally sat there just learning the entire weekend, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, just completely learning everything I needed for YouTube. So then that led me into, just exposing myself, getting myself out there more. I was gonna start vlogging. So I did that, but then of course, when I start this whole YouTube journey and everything, or my financial freedom journey, of course, storage runs out on my phone, and I then didn't have anything to back, because this phone, my storage went all the way back to, on my phone, 2019, I want to say, and all my photos. And then on my computer, where I normally stored everything, that went all the way back to 2014. So couldn't move anything from my phone to my computer. I didn't have anything to move from my computer to anywhere. And then my dog chewed my adapter for my micro SD card. So it was just mayhem. It was just a lot. So the 2 weeks actually turned into a lot longer. I do have a vlog, so if you guys want to see that, just let me know. I didn't want this intro to be too long. And I feel like, we're already at 2.5 minutes. So I just kind of wanted to let you guys know where I've been. What's been going on. I did not forget about this channel. I did not forget about anything. I just realized I needed to take a new approach to go ahead and, grow my channel to where I want it to be, and just learn new tactics, new strategies, and just different things that I need to employ and, just take the action of. So, if you hung in this long, thank you so much. Go ahead and you subscribe, and definitely comment. Please definitely comment. I want to have as much conversations as possible, which is the reason I started this channel, is to talk about growth, success, money, investing, all that. And that's exactly what we're about to get into with this next Freedom Friday. So I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, so it's Q3. We only have 6 months left in the year. So what goals do you have that you want to accomplish? One thing that I keep telling myself, I cannot go into 2023 the same way I entered 2022. So one thing I went ahead and did was write down my 2022 goals. I put them in an envelope, and I know what I want to accomplish, and I'm not going to open this until the last day of, the year. I'm going to do a whole, vlog style with that. But, definitely going to go over that and see what it is that I accomplished, and then also go over my goals for 2023. With these 6 months left, I decided to, to kick things up a notch. As I mentioned earlier, I went ahead and did a lot of research. So now I know, I started doing some self-analyzing as well, and realizing, when am I, the least motivated? When do I just not do any work? When do I, feel, exhausted and, just don't want to do anything? I started to analyze those things and realize what tasks bring certain feelings to me. And if it's a feeling of, exhaustion and I don't want to do it, I push myself to do it. I just have to change my mindset. That led me to, take it up a notch. So realizing those things about myself, or in those areas of work, I went ahead and decided to make an accountability system. So now I have a checklist. So let me grab it. So I wasn't really sure how I wanted to debut it, but what I went ahead and did, just printed it out. I have, my daily to-do. Maybe I'll just pop a picture up on here, but I have my daily to-do list, and I put a quote: "Make every moment count, as it is always the right moment for growth." We can grow at any point. We just have to, want to do it. And then, you have the month, the day, the year, and then it starts at 5 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m. Now, if you want it, please let me know, just so that way I can have more people looking at it, and, just get different feedback about it. That way I can, just make it a little better, just because as of now, it is something for me, but if it's something that you're interested in, just please let me know. So we're going to go ahead and get into my Q3 goals. I have 3 business goals, 3 personal goals, and 3 financial goals. I believe that everyone should have these 3 type of goals, just because you can grow in, every area. So that way you're growing in every area of your life, personally, financially, and if you have a business or if it's just for growth, or success. And, so I believe in those three, and those three literally is just like where I'm trying to grow. Now, I say that I have three for each. Granted, those are like the three main ones that I guess I'm focusing on, are like the biggest tasks for me, but I'm not just stopping at those three. Like, so as you can see, like I have it written up there, like what my three goals are, and then like I'll show you guys as well. But then I have like two regular like notes on the side just for like skills that I want to learn as well during this quarter. And then I also have like other things that I know that I'm working on. So yeah, so just like trying to narrow it down to these three, and I'm going to get into so first we're going to talk about my 3 personal goals. So for these, when I came up with these, it was just something that I felt grow me as a person. What's something that I feel like can bring me joy? What's something that I feel like I can grow? I'm very active and into fitness. What's something that I can grow physically? Where's I just want to be happy and be joyful. I realize that, when I'm doing things that can make me grow in any area of my life, that's when I'm the most happiest. So my 3 personal goals, the first one is a hard one, but, I'm definitely working towards it. Being to the gym at 5 a.m. Now, I already am up early, but if it's not a class, getting me there to work out beforehand is just so difficult. So I'm changing my mindset around all that. I'm basically telling myself it's not difficult. I can do this. If I can show up for a class, I can show up to work out. Second, I want to progress my handstand. I can kind of handstand, kind of can. It like just really depends. But I want to like learn how to like walk. And I learned you have to like swivel with it and all that. So that's that. And then also I just want to be more consistent. I want to grow. I want my business and my businesses to grow. I want, I just want success. So, and, I understand that there's times when inconsistency happens, you get unmotivated and everything. But as long as you keep going, as long as you find a reason and you remember your why, you're going to be all good. And that's one thing that I constantly have to remind myself, to just keep going, and why I want, not even why I want to keep going, but why I'm doing it. So that way I keep going. Those are my 3 personal goals. I recommend, however many personal goals you want, but I recommend you have some type of personal goal, just so that way you're still making yourself a priority, and you're not just, making myself a priority. So that way, because I realized I was doing like, focusing so much on my ACM brand and like, acmcreatives and the theamhiit and everything like that, I wasn't putting too much time into myself. Like, yeah, I was still working out and everything like that, but I was really only working out to teach classes, not really doing workouts for myself. Or, a handstand, like, and you guys saw already, like the handstand, that's something that I've always wanted to learn, like I've always wanted to do, but, just working on other things, I just started to neglect that, so I'm getting back into, what brings me joy and what brings me happiness. And so secondly are my 3 business goals. So for these, I decided to make these, when I thought about my business goals, I'm like, what's my projected outcome, or, like my goal for my business? What are my monetary goals? What are my products and services, goals? I just started thinking of like, what do I want to offer and what do I want to get back in return from my businesses? And then I ultimately asked myself, where do I envision businesses in the next 3 months? So for acmcreatives, one thing that I want to do is build this champagne wall. Like, and I've done all the research that I needed to do. I've done the research on, different champagne walls, different, tools, the instruments, just everything that I need to go ahead and do it and everything. But now it's just the time. It's just a matter of, just, saving up the money to go ahead and do it. Now, because this is one business that like I want to grow to go ahead and fund my next one. So then I want to have at least 2 paid event bookings this month. Yeah, and that's, right there for the acmcreatives. As far as the theamhiit goes, I know that I need to have my first theamhiit YouTube video up, that is coming. I know, like, I did my prerequisite, my intro, what to expect a long time ago, but when it came to me doing the theamhiit workout, I didn't want it to just be something that I'm just like slapping together and, just hope you're safe, no, that's, I wanted an actual, workout plan. I want it not only provides value to you, but something or like something that you can constantly do without, being totally bored. It's a good workout. It's a safe workout. It's an effective workout, so I am constantly working on that. I am constantly refining that. And I know like you should just like get started with things, but I kind of want like the grand debut to be like of a, I have like a certain vision for it, so I'm not gonna take too long getting that out, I promise, but that is something that is gonna happen within this Q3, getting that AM hit video out. And then I just wanna see how everybody responds to it. And then also just get some feedback. Lastly, YouTube, I look at that as a business. So this one, it's just getting monetized, and the way that I'm gonna have to do that, I'm gonna, like I said, change my approach. So I'm gonna do one vlog a week and then one Freedom Friday a week. So that's 2 videos a week. So hopefully, that starts to catch the algorithm's attention and pull y'all my way, So, and I definitely recommend 3 business goals, just so that way you can it helped me stay on track. It helped me realize, where I was 6 months ago versus where I am now, and then where I want to be in the next 6 months, or in the next 3 months. So it just ultimately just helps me grow. It helps plan and helps me realize the actual steps that I need to take at that moment to get to where I need to be in the next quarter. 3 different business goals for my 3 businesses also allowed me, it just set everything a lot more clear for me. It allowed me to see the certain steps that I need to take, the certain path that I need to take, the foundation, and it also literally just showed me that, I know we're doing quarterly planning, but as far as the year goes, half the year is over. We don't really have that much time. As of now, time is on our side, but once it's gone, it's gone. So make the most out of it and utilize it every second that you can. And lastly are my 3 financial goals. So personally, I feel like these should correlate with where you are, currently financially, and then where you want to get to. And granted, I just want to say this, just my journey alone, I realized, it just takes a lot longer than you expect. I was coming into this year just thinking oh, I'm going to start investing all this money into all these different places and I'm going to be rich this year, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no. So I'm just being real. It definitely takes time. It definitely it just takes time. So definitely just invest what you can comfortably as you can. So my goals this year, I want to have at least, for this quarter, I'm sorry, not this year, this quarter, I want to have at least $1,000 invested into my Roth IRA. I want to have at least $1,000 in my high interest savings account with Bass Bank. And then I just want to start spending less. So I started tracking my expenses. I started doing that in the beginning of the year, but for some reason I went ahead and stopped. I realized I was spending too much and it was kind of depressing. So I'm back into that now. But this time, instead of using the little numbers app that Apple gives us, I decided to create my own sheet. Now granted, this was difficult. I don't want to say too difficult. It was definitely a little challenging, but I figured it out. I did a Google spreadsheet, and when I say difficult to figure out, I just mean the formulas. That's number 1, and then 2, just how I want to do my X and Y rate or whatever they are, my axes. And so but once I figured that whole thing out and my formulas and stuff, it just kind of just started to flow for me. But I'll definitely share some of that, but not with my personal stuff in there, not yet. But yeah, I started tracking my expenses again. So as far as spending less goes, I basically tracking, my subscriptions, just because I don't have a bunch, but I feel like they just start to add up. And so I'm just starting to see what am I using and what am I not. And then also I'm gonna stop eating out because it makes no sense to eat out and buy groceries, So just not even being halfway through the month. Well, I guess we're almost halfway through the month, but being a few days into the month and just seeing how much money I've spent already, I don't like it, and yeah, a lot of it went to, my car and, different things like that, but I don't like that. So I'm just trying to cut where I can, and so tracking is definitely opening my eyes to. The thing I also realized for me as far as my financial goals, and I'm trying to rewire as far as this goes, but I know the hardest part is gonna be spending. I just spend money on, just random shit. So the hardest part is gonna be not spending, but my goals are a lot stronger than my current desires. And so I'm just not gonna do it. I know for a fact that I don't wanna be in the same place that I was in 2022 once I get into 2023. There's no way that I can let that happen. So, that's the reason I'm making this video, that I've started this channel. I'm posting a lot more on Insta, so I'll pop that right here. So definitely make sure to follow me and, interact with me on Insta. But these are my accountability systems, and these are gonna help me grow. And I want all of you to come with me on this journey, and I want you to grow as well with me. So I recommend these areas of goals just so we just have to grow everywhere if we're looking for success. It's not just, growing your money or, growing your business or growing yourself. You literally have to grow in every area, and growing in these areas simultaneously, for me, it just ultimately leads to discipline, and discipline is going to help you grow. So you can't grow if you're just going to stay the same. And so recently I just read John C. Maxwell's How Successful People Grow, and it talked about trade-offs. That was one of the biggest things that I took away from that book. And when you're growing, you cannot stay the same. You can't expect to stay the same. You can't be the same person. You can't take everyone or everything with you. And you have to start to trade some of these things off for success. So I will pop my trade-offs for Q3 right here, but up here for you guys. But yeah, and one last thing that I recommend, and I'm doing this myself, is I'm pushing towards, every week, I'm pushing towards one opportunity. I'm trying to push out of my comfort zone and just get out of there. As of now, currently for me, it looks like, posting more on Instagram, whether it's a reel, a post, pushing myself out there and like actually talking on my story and stuff like that. If anything arises, I'm definitely gonna take heed to it, and I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna weigh the pros and cons of it. But yeah, I definitely recommend pushing towards one opportunity per week. I mean, how else are you gonna grow other than your comfort zone? How else are you gonna grow if, you don't meet new people, So it's just something to think about. It's something that I'm definitely taking action on and that I'm gonna do. So, and also plans change as we continue to grow and as we continue to learn. So, if your plan is changing, if it's shifting a little bit, that's not too big of a deal. As long as you still know your end goal and you're still working towards your end goal, then a shift or a change, you should have, there's nothing to worry about, at least in my opinion, and you'll be all fine. And I can honestly say my plan has changed so many times. Well, not so many times, but it's changed a few times. But it's just, when you become a little more clear with your direction in your business and where you want to go. Because beforehand, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I knew I wanted to help people and, make money. I knew I wanted to start, my brand and what businesses, but I didn't know, the actual purpose behind my brand or my business. I didn't know, what my products or services were going to be. Hell, I didn't even know how to come up with a product or service, So, your plans change as you learn and as you grow, and they just become a little more clear. And, with that, I hope this video helped anyone. I hope, this inspired you to, dig a little deep into look and, just decide, where it is you want to grow financially, personally, or your business. And when I say your business, I mean either your actual business or you're your business, So it just depends on where you want to grow. And, I hope this video helped in any way. And thank you for joining, friends. And I'll see you next week in my first vlog.